It's Ash from Super Videos back for another video for Season 8 of The Walking Dead. So in this video we're going to be taking a look at a set of new exclusive photos and a new key art poster for Season 8. So of course yesterday both Entertainment Weekly and IGN both released a set of promotional pictures as well as some new portrait images, which I actually did talk about. If you want to know my opinions about those, watch the video I posted yesterday. But Entertainment Weekly actually revealed a set of new exclusive photos as well as a new key art. So the thing about the new exclusive photos is that they're on-set photos. So they're actually photos that have been taken during filming. So they're basically part of a scene that they were shooting. Unlike the photos that were released yesterday, which were only for promotional purposes, so they weren't actually part of any episode, these photos are actually part of the episodes, which is very interesting, and we can actually draw some conclusions from these photos, if there is any hints or conclusions that we can draw from them. So let's get right into this. So of course, this is the poster that was released yesterday, which I actually discussed in detail. I really like this one. It has all out war in the back and all of our characters that are fighting and in the middle of some sort of action sequence. Very epic poster. Now they released this new poster just today, which is basically the same thing. All of the characters from the previous poster are in this. They're just in different spots. There's two things that we actually do see in here that we didn't see in the previous one though. One is that we can see Rick not only with his Colt Python, but with the hatchet as well. So very cool, and he's at the top of the pyramid and all of the other survivors are below him and they're all in the same sort of action pose. The other thing that has been added in is Eugene. So if you take a look at the top of the pyramid at the right, you can see Eugene there. Now what's very interesting is that he wasn't there in the previous poster. So if you watched the video from yesterday, I did mention that it's very interesting that all of Eugene's photos are with either Negan, Simon, or Dwight. Or if he's taking a standalone photo, he's at the sanctuary. And obviously in the poster that was released yesterday with all of the survivors, Eugene was missing. So he was categorized as being the villain. However, in this new key art poster, we have Eugene with the survivors. Very interesting. So it seems like maybe they're making it a bit hard to speculate what they're doing with Eugene. But what's also very interesting is the pose that Eugene has. He has that I'm terrified look on him. So it's very interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Eugene and how he kind of fits in the story as being a survivor on the villain side. So it's going to be very interesting and exciting to get to see Eugene's storyline play out in Season 8. Now we can actually get into the promotional photos. So this one is a very gruesome and epic walker. This walker is one of those walkers at the front gates of the sanctuary. So he seems to be one of those walkers that Negan and the Saviors use as the security mechanism at the sanctuary. So very interesting. Next we have this very gruesome and cool looking walker. He has been chained up to some sort of pole and he just looks very gross, and it's very cool to see. Then we have this very interesting image of Father Gabriel. He's kind of looking over and he's hiding behind this car. Nothing really we can get from this. He's definitely in the middle of a plan. He's definitely, watching out for something. And it seems like they're in the middle of some sort of mission for sure. Very interesting. Next, we have this very epic shot of Daryl. The image looks very epic and he looks badass in this image. This is probably related to the sequence where Daryl drives the motorbike with all of the walkers behind him, and he's basically trying to lure the walkers to some specific location. Obviously, we're speculating that that location is going to be the sanctuary, but from the trailer and some information we've got, we can basically put two and two together and say that this is most likely Daryl luring the walkers towards the sanctuary. Next, we have this pretty epic picture of Rick, Ezekiel, and Maggie, the three main leaders from the surviving communities, up on top. And it seems like they're in the middle of giving this sort of speech, which is very cool. We have characters from Hilltop, Alexandria, and kingdom there. Very cool. And the other thing we can tell is that obviously with the armbands on the left, the Alexandrians are wearing the white armband, Rick included. We have the green armband. It seems like Eduardo's at the front there wearing that. Maggie is wearing that. And members of the kingdom, Ezekiel included, are wearing the orange armband. So again, it's going to be very interesting to see what they do with the armbands and how they utilize that in the war. Next, we have this pretty cool shot of Rick. They're in the woods, and we can kind of see a couple more characters in the back. It seems like Aaron is there, Daryl is there, and a few others who we can't really tell who they are. An interesting photo. We can't really draw too much conclusions from this, but very interesting photo. And the last photo we have is actually a very interesting and cool shot of the sanctuary with Dwight standing there. Again, with this photo, we can't really say too much, but it's a very cool photo. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.